Hey, what's up you guys? We are back to play the I Love You Colonel Sanders dating simulator. This is part 2. If you have not seen part 1 of my playthrough, I'll leave it in the description down below for all of you to check out. Hopefully part 2 is where we finally get to date Colonel Sanders, successfully slide into his DMs, because girl, I am trying to get a man here. Okay, so last time we left off, we were about to fight a spork monster of some sort. So we gonna just see how that goes. I guess I'm on the 5th bite. Hopefully we can finish this video. We're getting close, and hopefully this time I won't get sucked into an abyss from delicious chicken. Spork monster is here. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. Thanks a lot, Van. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Thank you, Colonel Sanders. He interrupted our moment. Not cool. It's a turn-based fight sequence. I love that. What will you do? I will attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. That always wins. Does 1 damage. That's not very good. It just got real. The attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. We gotta just get this over with, girl. You decide to go on the attack. It worked last time, right? Oh, that sounds like it's not gonna work this time. Cook with love. The Spork Monster is really feeling threatened by your attack. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. Oh my god. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Well, I better defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you use? Trepidation? I don't even know what that means. You hold your head between your hands and mutter, "This is not happening, this is not happening." Is that what trepidation is? Pretending the problem doesn't exist? Relatable. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble, they go on the attack once again. Oh no! Spork Monster uses utilitensel. You take 2 damage from the attack. Oh no. If you take much more damage, you're not going to survive the battle. All right, we better attack. Cook with love once again. What if I lose this fight? Am I gonna have to redo this whole stupid fight sequence? Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. This is not the time to think about that, but yes, that is a concern. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for its ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Dun dun dun. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Is he gonna do something with this chicken staff? Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Yes! I can't. Pot pie power pinch. Oh my god, his shirt's like coming unbuttoned and everything. Oh my god, wait, his apron's coming off. Colonel, show some decency. Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Now all of a sudden his little bow tie and everything's just back. He's defeated. Oh, it's a little face. An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Sick. Forget mercy, finish him. Or spare this wretched beast. I'll spare him. Look at how sad he looks. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Yes, good. Be gone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. That sounds like he will. Great. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. I didn't really do a final attack though. All I did was cook with love. Can I really be feeling it that much? Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The Colonel is in my room? The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. Oh, girl. Oh no! That brings back flashbacks. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Z, aw, cute. Oh my God, that like hurts my eyes. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. What's the tea, Miriam? Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. I knew it, I did the right thing setting them up last time. Like him? Like. I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him, like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Girl, give me that tea. Did you know that Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he founded a special unit of super soldiers who all wear the same hats just because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Truth. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. And was I supposed to say that? You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing. This is definitely not cool. You are great. Yeah, girl, talk yourself up. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. ... So this summer while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. Are we about to find out that Colonel Sanders is a F-boy? This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. Girl, did you do drugs? I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it would be much use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. Girl, that's obvious. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret? Duh, I'm not sharing anything, girl. Oh, I have to make up a fake one? Tell her the ingredient Colonel Sanders told you. Colonel Sanders. Or make up fake. Make up a fake, girl. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. It was Eye of Newt. I know, it sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. That's a little extra. Stand back and admire his majestic glory or run to him. Girl, we gonna run to him. Is he gonna run me over though? You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Oh no, I feel like it's gonna go bad. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel, oh no. Oh, however, your sudden movement surprised the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. No! In the darkness you see a vision. Ooh, Lauren, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. Oh, this poor kid. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But this poor guy, but before you can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. Yes, it kind of worked. He aroused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes or lean in for a kiss. I think it's too soon for a kiss. picked that. Whoa, whoa, wait, you've known him for a day. Are you really sure? I guess you must be. Oh no, this is gonna go bad. You put your arms around Colonel Sanders' neck and pull him in for a kiss. I made a mistake. But he turns his face and you awkwardly kiss his ear. You can feel him shudder. Oh no. Too soon. You clearly mistook his compassion for love. Your soul crawls inside itself and you instantly die of embarrassment. What? No! Oh, God, this game. I love it, but I hate it. Come on, why is it so easy to lose? Okay, so this time, I'm just gonna stand back and admire. We're not getting hit by the horse this time. Colonel Sanders' horse is truly a thing of beauty. Without ever acknowledging that he's being watched, he does a short horse dance before dismounting with a flourish. He then slaps the beautiful creature gently on its rear, sending it running free into the countryside. You are so struck by the sight of him that you lose the ability to speak coherently. Oh, I didn't realize anyone was watching. Don't worry, he knows his way home. You attempt to compliment Colonel Sanders, but the words don't come out exactly right. What a horsey full beaut you have. I mean, what a horsey full beaut you have. Dang it, that's what I just said. Being a good friend, Miriam attempts to cover for you. Oh, Lauren just gets really nervous around people they like. Miriam, really? Beep beep, yes, Clank. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. Oh, don't make him cry. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Tell him off, Clank. Word. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Those girls, she's got that evil look in her eyes. I don't like that. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. Oh, but you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Lauren, naturally this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, a dog biscuit. Water? You grab the glass of water and gulp it down. It's cool and crisp like the purest snow melted by a mountain spring. Hey, that was mine. It was from my favorite toilet. You owe me $6. Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim. Are you about to get some KFC? Oh, your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand they stop wasting everyone's time, step up and tell them you're on. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sportsing court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Oh no, just then a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Oh no, I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. All right, a little extra, but okay. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? It always boils 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. 100 Fahrenheit. What? Oh. Going to need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he say he uses? 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Trust, gratitude, vigilance. Gratitude. That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. So where does it come from? A small town where big dreams are born, the shoulder of Orion, deep beneath the, a small town where dreams are born. That's right, this is your shot and you're not going to miss it. What is the sound of success? Sizzling? Oh no, don't make me get the spray bottle. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Lauren. He's actually cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Oh no, we're gonna blow it. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders on his freaking horse. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a Victorian bath? Oh no. Get your mind back in the competition. Oh no. You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. Oh no. This is so bad. Sorry, I forgot the question. Oh no. Oh no. This is like actually getting me panicked. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Oh, you're really struggling to keep up. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zzz. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Lauren does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Lauren, no! You're not fast enough and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way I'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing now. The battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Lauren's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. I was going to ask Lauren to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring the creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Girl, oh, he does it. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on the top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredient hidden within. That does look good, Ashley. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you, hee hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Let's just internalize the rage. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. This game is torture, dude. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you as storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in the culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. Humble. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Where did Pop come from? Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the spork monster. It is. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student, until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. I'd procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. I don't know that word. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Lauren, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Ooh, his hideaway! A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Ooh, bougie. Stepping inside Colonel Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or crispy. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret just for you? Keep it a secret. Actually, I've said too much. Please forget I ever said anything. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack. I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I've got many, nearly a dozen in my fried chicken recipe alone. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours. Well, I suppose you did share a secret ingredient with me yesterday, so it'd be only fair. Colonel Sanders' face grows serious. Ah, yes, about that. You see, yes, Colonel? I haven't been completely honest with you. The secret I told you was a fake. You're angry with Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his secret shows that he was probably right to do so. I gave her a fake secret. What is this storyline? You see, we had only just met and I had to make sure that you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret. To me, my recipes are priceless. Well, I have something to confess. I did not share that with Miriam. Unfortunately, I already knew this. I was very disappointed, but now that you've come clean, we can start building our relationship as fellow chefs again. Why did I even bother to make that choice if I'm mad? I promise to be honest from here on out. I really do. I'm counting on you. Then in that case, I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item and discover more about the Colonel. Ooh, interactive. This must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? Burn! You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. Oh, cute! Wearing your boyfriend's jacket. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on and wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look really good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth. Tell him you're cold. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. I just got a little cold and thought this might warm me up. Colonel Sanders smiles and scoots close to the fireplace. Oh, is it about to get romantic? It's warm by the fire. Why don't you come a little closer? Suddenly, everything feels like it's moving too fast. Final exams are tomorrow. You should be thinking about what you're going to cook. I should be home studying. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Lauren? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Oh! Dream sequence. Cute. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. We spent the night. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. Is it chicken and waffles? Oh, chicken and a biscuit. Should have known. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? Oh, yes, Colonel Sanders. How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg, flatter him. We won't flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Am I getting business partner zoned right now? Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. You will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. Is it with Pop? I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. What is that? Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from the whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp the fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? That sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Hee hee, Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. I mean, facts. There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Lauren, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something's been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Lauren, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Lauren, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Lauren. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, what did I do? I flipped open a book. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings, cast only in case of extreme emergency. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic, maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Don't do it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. What? His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. I'm gonna say unpredictable. Terrence, I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you, Terrence. Poor Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Important questions. You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he turns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for the outburst. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you even miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away. That's a really cute thing to say. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble. I got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Every museum? Literally, you went on one date. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house? Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it means so much to me that I made this for you. Oh? In some ways it's cute. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown! You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man-man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. The supposed man-man, I love that. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Lauren's famous chicken pot pie. Your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh no! Lauren, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. Well, I am. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. Ignore it like there was no sound at all. Fess up. It'll set on fire. Okay, you got me. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. We better not blow it. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. Except maybe Van shouldn't use poison this time. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Mac and cheese always equals victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big for going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Oh my god, we're gonna have like an intense anime cooking battle. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? No, girl, we ain't evil. We can't do it the easy way, do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Lauren. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Lauren, since we were little kids because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam was at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. Miriam, those are probably drugs. It's the secret ingredient. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your eyes. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. Steve? What happened to Borko? You're not here to battle with me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself, give up and drop out of culinary school. Obviously summon power. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Lauren, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything, except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Lauren, you may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you've earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. Cute, what a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are we about to get the new Colonel Sanders mac and cheese chicken bowl that I honestly really want to try, so their marketing is working? Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can form the perfect food union? Do it! Time's up, students. Drop those tendies in. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. Hee 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 hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Oh, it looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks, clank. Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Oh, it's so cute. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny narutomaki I spy floating on this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Lauren, for helping me to believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. So extra as heck. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile. Don't eat the food at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Lauren? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. ... I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cook, step up together. 2 chefs. What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. That's a masterpiece, and completely blow me away. Good. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. You get a pass. Everybody gets a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. Not again. Don't go towards the light, y'all. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even the Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. Is this where we're gonna finally get our man? The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Yes, DJ Dog is in the house. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. What are these outfits? What is Van wearing? This is a school dance, not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. This poor kid. I was never actually a ghost. Of course. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's a spork monster. He is totally mellowed out. Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected student walks off. That poor guy never stood a chance. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? Obviously Colonel. Oh, it's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess or maybe a queen. I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. Miriam cannot be bought. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I've graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I'm not of this earth. I'm actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Oh, Colonel Sanders. Okay, that was like a genuine reaction and I'm honestly a little bit concerned by that. Colonel Sanders arriving looking good and casual. Okay, howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Love that. Get your promo from this game. The end? Wait, no, I wanted, no, okay, good. No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Lauren, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know, a spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. What if I was like, boy, I ain't talk about you, step aside. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it with you, Lauren. How sweet, we'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Lauren, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. Wait, okay, he low-key rude. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end? Really? We're ending with some shade? What? Is that really the end? Is that really it? What? So let me get this straight. I do all this cooking, all this 3 days at school, fight a spork monster, just to get dissed by my man? I didn't even get a kiss, I just got a first dance and a diss. And that was it. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching and bearing with me on my first ever playthrough of a game. It was a lot of fun. This is a super fun and interesting game to play. I don't really know if this is something I'll be doing often. I kind of just wanted to do it because the KFC dating simulator is just so strange that how could I not document myself playing it, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching me struggle through this game just to get dissed and not kissed by a hot Colonel Sanders. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe down below and I will catch you guys later. Bye.